So hello everyone, welcome to the channel.
Got it.
Yeah. So today we have Govind Prakash, who recently got PhD person into Weizmann Institute of Science. So today we'll know from him how he made into Weizmann Institute of Science. He will share his tips and insights so that it might help others to apply and got position. So hi Govind, how are you?
Fine. Thanks so much for calling me here. So just told ki I'm going. So I recently got the MSCA scholarship program. So I'll be joining Weizmann from January itself. So yeah, please let me know what do you
So
know
Govind,
about.
can we just get back to some basic introduction of it? Before Weizmann, what did you did? What is your educational background?
So actually, me and Somen know each other from 2029 itself. So he used to teach me basketball there. So I completed my I completed my BSc dual degree from ISER Bhopal. From life sciences, and for my final year for my master's thesis, I moved to Delhi. And at NII, National Institute of Immunology, I completed my 1 year long master's thesis.
Okay.
And from there, I due to some situations, I had to stay back at India. So I had joined PhD at NII itself, but now I am moving to Weizmann. So yeah, it's not this was my journey.
Okay. So before getting position in Weizmann, you did a master's from ISER Bhopal.
NII, yeah, master's from ISER Bhopal, and for my master's thesis, I moved to NII, National Institute of Immunology.
Yeah. So regarding PhD, when you thought that yes, you should go for PhD, when was the time?
For me specifically, I had decided quite long ago. So even in 2017, I had something in mind that I have to do aging research, etc. So I had started approaching people in this research area. Especially from my field, there were some big sorts Sense Research Foundation, Adamant AB, etc. So I had mailed them all and asked them for to show me the path, how to become this biogenetologist, the aging researcher. So yeah, so they had guided me to join ISIS, where I meet a lot of interesting people like you.
Before joining ISER, you mailed them or what?
Yeah, I had mailed them before joining ISIS.
Okay. Okay. Govind, in which year you passed out from ISER?
In 2022.
22. So during your whole BSMS career, where you have done your internship apart from NII?
So two of my internships from ISER Bhopal itself. So for my first internship, I joined Dr. Nagarjun Vijay's lab. So that was a bioinformatics
which year you
lab.
did that? In which year?
In 2018, I guess.
Okay.
April 2018. So that was just 2 month internship. But I learned a lot. I got introduced to programming languages like R, Python, etc. So that was my first introduction to bioinformatics. And Dr. Nagarjun was a great PI, so he taught me a lot.
So in your UG second year only you got into internship position, right?
After the first year itself, there was summer break, and everyone, almost everyone, was doing because there used to 3 months summer break.
Okay.
So everyone used to do 2 months internship at ISER Bhopal itself or outside ISER Bhopal.
No, you told you passed out in 2022, right? So 17 to 2022.
Yeah.
So in 18 you did then. Okay. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Govind, where you have applied apart from that, where you got position, which are other countries you have applied or other universities for PhD?
Okay. So to be honest, obviously, Israel was not one of my first choices, but I'd applied to US, not US. I was mostly focusing on European countries.
Okay.
That's why I had applied to Germany and Italy, etc. And also I had applied to National Institute of Singapore. But my GRE scores were not that great, so I couldn't qualify there. Uh, uh, Also, I had applied to few universities at the US, like University of Pittsburgh and University of Southern California,
Okay.
and many at like Germany, like Max Planck Institute of Germany and Leibniz, etc. So yeah, these are for few
Okay.
universities.
Any result from them? US or in US you mentioned, or Max Planck you mentioned you applied to Max Planck.
Yeah, so this year I didn't apply to Max Planck, but last year I was in the waiting list of Max Planck Institute of Beijing, but I couldn't qualify the like final round. This year I got offers from SNS Italy, Scuola Normale da Sofia, something like I could pronounce that.
Okay.
But yeah, so I this year I had like three or four offers, but I chose to go with this Marie Curie fellowship because I think it's prestigious.
So apart from Weizmann, other three offers are from the same European universities or European nations.
Yep. Yeah.
So what about you mentioned you applied to a few university in US too. Did you get any response from
Yeah.
them?
Actually, I didn't get selected there because I don't think like they have a very shady criteria. So like you never know like whether they are rejecting on basis of GRE or GPA or recommendations. Like you'll just be
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah, that's a holistic method. They see your overall
Yep.
CV,
Hmm.
your reference, your SOP publication, everything matters. So do you have any
Exactly.
publications? Publications?
Not till now. Like, but I have one paper in like correspondence. So I always mention that paper just to boost some
Okay, okay.
CBS score.
Got your point. So you mentioned you applied to NUS also, National University of Singapore.
Yeah.
For you didn't get any response, or there you got rejected.
Actually, for the NUS, like you first have to approach PI. So I had approached my preferred lab.
Mm-hmm.
So he was excited to have me in his lab. But like NUS is a very stringent like GRE criteria. You must have 320 plus in GRE.
Oh, 320 is
So
tough, man.
despite like PI was yeah exactly. PI was almost like he was very eager to have me in the lab, but anyways like it should have like criteria like it is in top 10. So yeah, so
Yeah, NUS is a good
they have a
university.
very stringent like that. Yeah, exactly. So that's why.
But I think in the end, it's your lab, your project, that's what it matters in PhD, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So can you please further elaborate regarding that Marie Curie fellowship, how you came across, how you applied, and the eligibility criteria and all?
So actually I used to search positions at Eraxis website. So Eraxis is a like a job and PhD listing website. So it lists
Okay.
all the jobs and PhD mostly for European countries. So when
Okay.
you will search for your research interest, so it will show a lot of like current job opening. So
Mm-hmm.
I saw this nerve span project that was like a Marie Curie project. So I found it really interesting because it deals with aging and neural development in C. elegans. And because I had worked a lot with C. elegans during my master's, so I got excited and I applied to its labs. So like what happens in Marie Curie, like a bunch of labs create a consortium with where they like work on a particular project, and they have a tie-up with industries. Like you can like say it's equivalent to PMRF in India. So they have
Yeah, yeah,
tie-ups
yeah.
with industries. So and also their fellowships are higher than the average PhD student.
Average
So
PhD, yeah.
it's quite a lucrative offer. Yeah.
So you will have both
So
lab and industry
that's why.
experience in your PhD program, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't have to wonder after PhD whether I should be a professor or like work in some industry. So yeah, I'll have my options open
So
after
you have a
PhD.
wide option. You can go to academia or you can join industry
Yeah,
also as your industry experience.
exactly. So
And
if you
also,
are
I think there will
confused
be a
and
good amount of collaboration because many labs are joining. They are making consortium to bringing these PhD positions. So there will be good amount of collaboration while working, right?
exactly. So apart even in the consortium itself, out of 11 labs, two were startups. So two PIs are doing startups themselves. So
Okay.
if you are joining under their lab, so you will have more exposure to the industrial part rather than like your academic part.
Okay. But you're
That's
already,
what I think.
your lab is set. I mean, you already preferred lab you have selected, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay. So how was the interview process and application process? You didn't mention again the application process.
So for the most of the part, if you are applying to the US or European labs, you have to approach the PI first.
Okay.
And if the PI agrees to like take you to lab, then you can go through the formal process of the university, etc.
Okay.
But for US, it's a bit different because the weightage of university is much higher than even when the
PI.
if the PI
Yeah.
agrees,
Yeah.
there's a high amount of chance you'll get rejected. But for the European countries, if the PI agrees, then you must have you still have some chances.
Yeah. That's
So
an advantage. Yeah. So I'm talking about
mhm.
how was your application process? What forms or what
Okay,
documents do you need to submit? Yeah.
exactly. For the US part, I needed GRE,
So
uh,
you can only
but
focus on that
as far
Marie
as
Curie part. How you did, how you got into that
okay,
lab.
for the
Yeah.
Marie Curie part, okay.
Yeah.
So for the Marie Curie part, like I had they told to apply as many labs in the consortium as possible, but just to remain consistent in your SOP, because if there are 11 labs, you can't say I am interested in all the 11 labs. Like the admission process in the background is very transparent, so they'll just say yeah,
Yeah.
this
It
guy
will
is like
create a bad
blabbering
impression. I
and
mean,
he's not
it
genuine.
seems you are
Yeah,
as
exactly. So you can't say I'm interested in this and all 11 different positions.
yeah.
So so I just applied to three positions which I can show my interest genuinely, because my background was aligning with that, like
Okay.
those lab
Okay.
works. So that's the route I chose. So I applied to those three labs, and uh, in those three labs, I got a reply from two. So one was from London and one was from like this Israel lab. And
London is which institute?
basically, I got London. I can't recall, but yeah, actually,
Okay,
it's really slipped
okay,
from my mind.
no problem.
I'll
So,
have to see. Yeah,
what document you need to submit? Cover
yeah,
letter or motivational letter, statement of purpose? What is it?
yeah. So I had to submit like first of all CV and SOP are must.
Okay,
And as it's an European lab, so you don't have to submit like TOEFL, etc. and GRE. So they waive these things.
okay,
But still,
okay.
you have to show like your study language was English
English.
during your like master's or graduation.
Mhm.
Exactly. So they require that. So if you don't have TOEFL or GRE, you don't need to worry. Like you just take a like letter from your dean, and so yeah, I have studied English, so that would be enough. And after that, like they used to have like two to three, like four the that UK position. So first, the I had to submit all my documents, my CV, SOP. Based on that, they filtered few students and they send a research question to those students. Like they sent me a research question and they give me a week time to write a one-page solution to that research question. And based on that, they called me on the for the interview, where
Okay,
they have like interviewed for the same question in a very elaborate manner. So they are like just to let me tell you like what was the question. Like there was like experimental based question, like they are feeding C. elegans with some RNAi bacteria, so some kind of genes are getting knocked out, and these are the phenotypes. You see, like mota moti ye tha,
okay.
and they asked what would be the probable region. So you have to explain
I mean, what are the
what would
reason
be the
for
probable.
genes being knocked down, right? Or
No, like why upon knocking down the genes, you are seeing these kind of phenotypes. So like
okay. What
that
are
was
the?
a
I mean, after the genes are knocked down, why you are seeing such kind of results
yeah.
from the fish?
Yeah, and how can you use like our industrial technologies to uh, monetize this technique? So there were two, three questions. First, why these phenotypes are visible in your experiment, and how can you monetize this technique if it's true, etc., etc. So like and they interviewed us for the same, and like
Okay.
yeah.
So do you need to present any PPT or just verbal communication?
Uh, for the UK, I had to present for the final interview. I had to present those solutions, and just basically verbally for the master's thesis, I told them verbally. I didn't have to
Uh,
present any, like,
no,
but
this
most of
question,
the
the
places, I
question,
you have to present
the question they gave you, how you presented through PPT or by verbally?
through PPT.
Okay. Okay. So 4 round it continued, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And what are the last round in
But
this? The total interview process are divided into 4 round there.
mhm.
And the last round, what was the last round?
uh, no, last round was like just if you would have qualified that round, so they would have just called for like personal chit chat. Did you like that lab or not? That
Acha.
round was
So
for
it's
that only. So
with complete lab members, with complete lab members.
no, no, not complete lab members, like the HR and the main PI and a few other from the consortium.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so HR is there for hiring PhD students, right? I mean, he is managing all those things.
No, but specifically for that positions, there was HR because that PhD guide had a startup. So
Okay, okay, okay,
as I
okay. Acha.
told, it has tie up with industry. That's why most of the
So,
other labs where they didn't have a startup, so they don't have HR.
okay, okay. So currently, which lab will be joining? He or he has a startup, right?
But
In the currently which lab you will be joining, that guide has a startup.
no, no, no. She doesn't have any startups. Like she is just running an academic lab. So, but yeah, we'll have collaboration with other labs which have startups. So that won't be a problem.
Okay, okay. So the interview process you described was with her only, right? The question answer and the PPT round where you showed the solution through
No, no,
PPT.
people like for every positions you have to go through the same process. Like it isn't like you have qualified. You have selected with one PI. Then if you don't like that one PI, so you are not automatically selected for the other PI. So you have to do same process for other PI also.
Okay, okay. So
Though
my
the
question
same
was
concept, but you have to go through processes.
okay. No, my question was the which lab will be joining. The process you described was that for
Yeah,
that lab only, right?
yeah.
Okay, okay. So which lab it is? I mean the name of the faculty at Weizmann.
So the lab I will be joining is Dr. Maita Lawrence lab. So it's in Weizmann Brain Sciences department.
Okay,
So so actually yeah. So actually she works on neuronal development in sexual dimorphism. So we basically check how the neuronal development is different in males and females. Actually, hermaphrodites in case of C. elegans.
okay.
Uh, but it's like uh, quite interesting to know like our females brain are different than males, like isn't it? So like
Yeah,
that's what we'll
neuronal
be studying.
development in neurons in the brain, right? I mean, how it is being
Yeah,
developed.
exactly.
Can I say it is related to developmental biology?
Yeah, it actually related to developmental biology. So how like both sexes develop different neural circuit.
Okay,
So
yeah.
for the same stimuli, two genders are giving different responses,
Aha, I got your point.
and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have different like interneurons. They have different like sensory neurons. Like it's like quite weird. Like you don't quite like assume yeah, there will be different sensory neurons in both genders, but yeah, it is what it is.
So you are going to do live imaging of such development, right?
Live imaging, like we'll be doing optogenetics, etc., to check what neurons are getting activated.
Great. Seems very interesting, Govind. Yeah. So basically, you were saying that as it has also startup and it has relation with industry, there is a wide opportunity here to choose between academia and industry, right?
Sure, exactly. Mhm.
Yeah. So, I have seen good amount of students got this position easily because they belong from Weizmann IIT. MHRD Institute has a benefit because, as you mentioned, you got into your
Exactly.
first internship you got in second year. But I did my first internship in my master's. The thing is that back then I don't have that much knowledge, and students in and around me are not much interested. There, or faculties are not pushing us. So I think MHRD gave you edge. But if some students are interested from Tier 3 university, they wanted to do PhD abroad. So what they can do? So how should they improve their CV so that they can land there?
Okay, so actually, it's a quite interesting question because environment plays a very key role in like shaping your mindset.
Yeah,
Like I was in NII for a year, and
yeah.
most of the my colleagues were from like tier 2, tier 3 universities. Apart from me, like I was the only guy from ISIS, and
Okay.
others were from central universities and other universities. So like they came from a mindset to like join like a crack CSIR net
Yes,
and
sir.
joining any good like a lab in India only.
Okay.
But if you have been to ISIS and you have
Yeah.
seen students like none of us were actually trying to get a position at
Yeah,
India.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
everyone
Because
was
they are seeing
exactly.
their
So
alumni are
that
setting the standard. Everyone is getting into
exactly.
some very good labs. Yeah, abroad.
Exactly. So, but it's not like you can't get a position abroad if you are not from ISIS, etc. So, if you are from other universities, so if your master's program contains like research work, like because what I have experienced, most of even the tier 2, 3 universities, like even the JNUs, etc. So they have a like research-based masters
Okay.
at least for 6 months.
6 month intensive.
So
Yeah,
that would help. Yeah, exactly. For their master thesis, so that
yeah.
would
MSc.
help a lot during your applications.
Hmm.
And I would suggest if you could do like if you could take a break of 1 year and if you could join as a GRF in India, like not don't join as a PhD, just after like masters, uh,
Yeah.
have some research experience, and that will add up to your CV, and you'll and during that period you can just search for labs. You will also explore your research interest and you will approach your labs, and your PI would even suggest like labs working in his research interest, and he would also provide you recommendations, so that's even better. So yeah, I would just take a drop here and let's explore your research interest. Just don't jump just after your masters.
Yeah. So basically, you are saying to improve your CV, work as a project fellow somewhere, and learn
Yeah,
few
exactly.
research methodology techniques and whatever field you are
Mhm.
that. I mean, that will bring some interest within you and will boost your CV for
Yeah,
applying
even
for
you will
PhD.
be even most of those even you'll be sure about yourself whether you really want to do this PhD thing or not. Like
Exactly. That's the most important thing. Yeah, that's very important. Yeah.
exactly.
So, you told you were also continuing PhD in NII. Then you
Yeah.
got this position. So how was the transition? How PI helped you, or what are the what she
No, no,
mentioned or
actually,
he told you?
no. My condition was a bit different because I got really sick, so I had to join in India itself. But as I recovered, so I thought, yeah, my research interest was not matching with that of like my previous lab, so that's why I dropped from there and just applied to my research interest lab, and I got one. So
Okay, okay. No, I'm saying that did PA help you or he told no, I won't be giving references. What is the scene? Did he help you regarding reference and all?
uh, I didn't ask him myself because I was not a RA. I was a PhD student. So obviously he wouldn't have provided me like good reference. Like you never know
Okay,
what
okay.
the PhD writing in the reference. It's like
That's true. Yeah. Because that's a
secret email.
disclose. Yeah, that's a disclose. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you without your PA also you managed to get three references or how many references they are asking? Two or three?
So actually I took one from my master's advisor. So
Uh,
I had my master's from NI itself, so I asked from him, and I two from my ISS professors.
Okay,
So one from my co-supervisor at ISS, Vimles and Chandan sir. So I asked them all.
great. Both are really nice, right? And but your
Exactly.
master's thesis advisor and PhD both are different, right?
Uh, what?
Your
Yeah,
MS thesis,
exactly.
yeah. Because
Exactly.
I was
Masters this
thinking the same
otherwise
place
it would
where
be
you
a
did
problem.
master's thesis, you did PhD, and now you got how you got from that guy.
No. Then I wouldn't have lived, na, like because that was my research interest.
Okay, great, Govind. So yeah, Govind, it was very nice to interact with you. So I think
Yeah.
this will help some
Me too.
students because we're aiming for
Exactly. Yes, sure.
uh, applying PhD abroad. So Govind, when you are leaving then?
Yeah. Nice to meet you, so man.
Yeah. So I mean,
Like
when you are leaving
at the end
for
of this
your
month, I guess I'll have flight on like 13th December.
10th December. Acha, you have all booked your flights and all.
I'll have to book because
Okay.
my PhD starts from 1st January itself.
And this is a how many years program? This PhD funding will be for how many years?
Okay, so funding will be there for only 3 years, but after 3 years, I'll be getting the normal
Okay. Base
university
fellowship.
scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even that's not that too low, but yeah, exactly. That won't be as good as this. Very
So
good.
Govind, you know, you made into world's top 100 university. Weizmann is one of them.
I don't know, but yeah, it's good university.
Yeah. There are also Nobel laureates from Weizmann. If you know
Uh,
Ada Yonath in 2008, he got
yeah, see, like got no from like ribosome, etc. Like
that
something.
was the structure in 2008. Yeah. So hope in future we'll see some great findings from Govind.
Oh, sure. Like
Uh,
I'll meet you soon.
okay. Yeah, definitely. It's a pleasure to meet you. Okay. Thank you, Govind.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.